Aquarius, welcome to your weekly tarot reading for June the 6th to June the 12th. Let's get started and see what messages we have for you, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the week ahead. Messages and major themes for Aquarius. Ooh, that came out fast. Milk and honey, Aquarius, very exciting. To be fair, deep knowing. Ooh. Building blocks, clean it up. Aquarius, change in the wind. Message in the bottle. Again, message in the bottle showed up for you for your love reading. You got co-create on the bottom of the deck. So you are working with different energies to co-create things. You are working within sort of almost a harmonious balance here. When I see co-create, it almost feels like you're in harmony. You're in balance with something. You have a deep knowing about something that will bring you to the land of milk and honey. And it's going to involve cleaning something up and a big shift, a big change. But cleaning something up makes me think this is something from the past. As usual, Aquarius wants to revisit something from the past. And I say as usual because in my readings for Aquarius, they all seem to be surrounding this past connection that Aquarius wants to rebuild. And we see building blocks here and to be fair. And so it's interesting. It almost feels like you want to bring fairness to a situation so that you can clean it up, change the wind, and sort of make it to the land of milk and honey somehow here. It's very interesting. You have a deep knowing about something that you have been needing to communicate for a long time. There's the message in the bottle. So it's like there's this important communication that needs to happen so that you can sort of shift things in a situation that needed to be cleaned up. Something from the past needs a shift, change in the wind. And it's something that would make things fair. So it feels like there was an unfair situation that needs to be righted through a communication, which, you know, if successful, I feel like is going to bring in building a new foundation on this old platform, right? So there's this old platform that needs to be cleaned up. There may be a communication that has to happen with that message in the bottle. It definitely feels like you're doing this almost because it's meant to be. You know, when I see that co-create card, it makes me feel like you're acting in alignment with your energy and where your energy is pushing you. You know what I mean? Or directing you, because we also have this deep knowing here. So it's like you're following your deep knowing. You are following your deep knowing towards this change in the wind so that you can clean something up that you have felt wasn't fair. It's almost like there's something that didn't end all the way fairly with all the explanations. There's the Three of Cups in reverse. Yeah, this could involve friends. This could involve lover. This could involve anybody that you have felt a very close emotional attachment to, and it's in reverse because something needs to be cleaned up in this connection. Something needs to be cleaned up in this connection so that you can build a new foundation. And there's the moon energy. So you really are picking up on vibes here. You are vibing high. You are picking up on vibes, and there's so much beneath the surface that needs to be, you know, addressed. And there's the Wheel of Fortune. Something that doesn't feel like it was, it's almost like it didn't get resolved. It wasn't fair, right? We have the To Be Fair card here. So it's almost like there was a connection here that you're still feeling very much energetically, and it needs to be righted. It needs to be cleaned up. It needs to be fair. There needs to be a change in the wind to get this moving in the right direction again. So it's very interesting. Something that Aquarius does not necessarily feel confident to overcome. I think you are doubting that you will be able to clean it up, so to speak. You feel like there's a lot of obstacles in this journey I wonder if the message needs to come from you. Like maybe that's why the Strength card is in reverse, because although you have this deep knowing, perhaps it's you that has to initiate this conversation, and you don't feel very confident doing that. You're not feeling very confident with that. There's the Seven of Swords in reverse, making me wonder if you're telling yourself a whole bunch of stuff to sort of keep your confidence even lower, like they're never going to talk to me, or it'll never work. You know, it's interesting. There's the Empress, divine feminine, and when I see the land of milk and honey and the Empress, I can't help but wonder what awaits you if you did go for it. If you weren't deceiving yourself, what would happen? There's the Knight of Rods in reverse, making me think that, you know, you're almost self-sabotaging yourself a little bit here, my dear Aquarius, by not going where you feel guided to go, by not following that deep knowing. Four of Swords in reverse. You can't stop thinking about it. You can't put your mind to rest on this. High Priestess, you do feel that co-creation vibe. You do feel something from your divine connection telling you this deep knowing, this desire to co-create, this need to change things up in a situation that has been on your mind and continues to be on your mind. Two more cards, Ten of Pentacles in reverse, and it was the Seven of Cups in reverse with it. So, you know, you may be trying to sort of maintain status or something in the material world. And as a result, you're sort of limiting your own options. Look what's on the bottom of the deck is the Tower card. So something is going to come in to make a change in the wind here. If you don't, something is shifting to do it. So it's interesting. I really feel like this is something that is needing to shift, and it's going to shift whether or not you shift it or it shifts energetically, because it has to, right? It's going to shift. Now, it's interesting when you sort of look at this whole picture here, it makes me wonder if this is something that you have known you needed to do for a while. And again, I say that because the readings for Aquarius have been just so consistent that there's this sort of unfocused self-sabotagey energy that comes in by not following where you feel guided to go. You have a deep knowing about something that needs to shift. And it's almost like you need to be more self-aware of that instead of so focused on how you appear to this other person. It's not me making fun, but it's just that, like, how long have we been talking about this, Aquarius? A long time. And it feels like it's just time to go for it. And to not worry about appearances, and to not worry what's the other person going to think of me. You know, it's almost like you just need to go for it. Focus your energy on what it is that is driving your passion. Where do you feel that pursuit of your dreams? And to have the courage to take that inspired action, to not doubt yourself, Strength card in reverse. You know what I mean? And like that Seven of Swords that's in reverse there, I can't help but think that you're kidding yourself. You're lying to yourself. You need to be honest with yourself about something and to be fair. To be fair here. Be honest, be fair with yourself. This is something you want. In your mind, this connection represents milk and honey. So admit it. What's the problem? What's the problem with admitting it? You know, there's nothing wrong with wearing your heart on your sleeve. And I think that you're being guided to do that regardless. There's the Tower again. Behind the Tower, look at this. We see the Sun and the Two of Cups. Come on. I mean, that's pretty amazing right there. And it's going to be up to you as to whether or not you can sort of summon a different perspective in order to pursue this in a way that is true, you know, in a way that's true. And to sort of have, I think a shift in perspective is going to be really key for you in order to do that. because I don't think this energy is moving towards you. I think it almost feels like you need to move towards it, and to relinquish the control of how it goes. You know, it's like you're expecting a setback. You're expecting a setback. And at the same time, I think you feel like this connection is so important and so valuable. It's very interesting, Aquarius. Let's see, what will the final guidance message be for Aquarius on this situation? Let's have a look here for Aquarius. What is the final guidance here for Aquarius to close this reading? Soul solitude. You need to sit with yourself. It says here, your soul needs attention. There are moments when it's important to get away, not just from the noise of the outside world, but to find a place where your soul can experience peace and quiet, a place for soul solitude. This is a time to pause, a time to reflect, a time for you. It's so true. This is necessary right now, Aquarius. I feel like seeing the Tower says that karma's going to step in and truth bomb you. And there's nothing to fear when you see the Tower card. It's actually a card, when I see it, that I get excited, because I'm like, finally, the truth is going to shift everything. And it's time to get authentic and fair and follow the deep knowing and take a risk, stepping outside of the comfort zone. And for you, looking at all of this energy, it really feels like it's related to a connection within a group of people that there's something here that needs your attention. Something that you're denying to yourself, something that you're shifting, and you're sort of focusing more on how you appear versus how you genuinely and authentically feel about something, an experience here that it's really impacted you. And I feel like there's so much left for you to uncover here. But you need to be honest with yourself first and do some reflecting, as that soul solitude card suggests. Okay, my dear Aquarius, I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading. If it's resonated, please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, or sharing. And as always, I'm sending you so much love and light, and we'll see you again soon for another reading. Have a wonderful week.